Hey, welcome back to another episode of Simple Truth Television. Today is March 7th, 2020. Now, I just finished watching I got to see the end of the NBA All-Star game. And it looks like Team LeBron, they won by 20 points. They scored 170. The target score last year, if you guys remember, if you saw the All-Star game last year, they implemented this thing called the target score, which means in the fourth quarter, whatever team scores that target score first wins the game. Last year the target score was set at 157, and of course, the mainstream media didn't tell us why. But remember, last year was the first All-Star game since the death of Kobe Bryant, and Kobe Bryant, he died on his 157th day of his age. And in Gematria, his name sums to 157. So this is the real reason why they had the target score set at 157 last year at the All-Star game. Now this year they did a little bit different. They changed the target score to 170. And I think I know why. It's because in Gematria, Brooklyn Nets sums to 170. And I'm convinced that that is the team that LeBron is going to be playing in the NBA Finals this year. Because when I was watching this All-Star game, I was looking for clues to see, what was the real reason why they had they had Kevin Durant versus LeBron James in the All-Star game. Because Kevin Durant wasn't even active. So why would they name the team after Durant? It's pretty obvious why. It's because the NBA Finals this year is going to be the Brooklyn Nets versus the Los Angeles Lakers. And some other big news came in today. We'll talk some more about the All-Star game, but this big news came in today, right? That former All-Star, right, during the All-Star game, they announced that former NBA All-Star forward Blake Griffin agrees to deal with Brooklyn Nets. He got released from the Detroit Pistons on March 5th on 3/5, like 35. And if you saw the All-Star game today, Giannis Antetokounmpo, he won the MVP and he scored 35 points because that's a special number with LeBron James. King James sums to 35. Those of you that bet on sports today, we had this right today on Patreon, luckily, because it's been kind of up and down this week. We started off good the month of March, and then we hit a little bump in the middle of the week. But thankfully, we got the All-Star game correct. And this was a really easy deco. This was one of the easiest decos I had to do. Because today is the 66th day of the year. And that's a huge number with LeBron James. Because LeBron James equals 66. Lakers equals 66. LeBron equals 66. And of course, if he wins a three-peat, he'll end up 6-6 in the NBA Finals. And that means he'll be going to his 12th NBA Finals next year. If he wins this year and then wins next year, that will be his 12th NBA Finals appearance. And of course, he'll be 37 when that happens. And 37 is the 12th prime. And Los Angeles is 37. So let's see if that happens. It looks really good, this riddle, with LeBron going through a three-peat and finishing 6-6. So on the 66th day of the year, they scheduled the All-Star game, and they had the line opened up at 3.5 point spread. So the team LeBron was favored by 3.5 points. And of course, that's the number that Kevin Durant used to wear when he was in Golden State and in Oklahoma City. 35. Also a big number with the Catholic Church, right? Catholic 35. Today is Sunday. Sunday has the same gematria as Jesuit. But the 170, definitely Brooklyn Nets is 170. And look who had the big game for the Team Durant. It was Kevin Durant's teammate, Kyrie Irving. Kyrie Irving sums to 150. And Team Durant lost with 150 points. And notice he had 24 points. That was a tribute to Kobe Bryant. But if you guys remember the 2002 NBA Finals, this was the 56th NBA season, and it was the New Jersey Nets versus the Lakers in the 56th NBA season. And if LeBron wins the NBA Finals this year, he'll be 5-6. And then next year, he'll be 6-6. Like how today the All-Star game was played on the 66th day of the year. But let me just finish the thought with Blake Griffin on why he signed today on March 7th during the All-Star game with Team Durant versus Team LeBron. So they released him. The Pistons released him on 3-5. Right, King James is 35, and notice Blake Griffin is 31 years old, and his name Blake equals 31. He got released from the Pistons. Pistons is 31, and he was released on the 64th day of the year. Right, March 5th is the 64th day of the year. His name in gematria sums to 64, Blake Griffin, and of course Brooklyn Nets sums to 64. You know, a person from the community asked me to decode which team that I thought Blake Griffin was going to land in. I had no idea that the Brooklyn Nets was the favorite to sign him. I was just going by the numbers because on March 5th, that was a day with 13 numerology, and that's a big number with the Nets. Nets is 13. If you remember, on the 13th day of the year, number 13, James Harden signed with the Nets. And look, Blake is 13. He signs on the day with 13 numerology. Nets is 13. He joined number 13, James Harden. He also joined his old teammate, DeAndre Jordan, who played with him in L.A. Played for the Clippers together, right? L.A., Brooklyn. They do a lot of tributes with L.A. and Brooklyn for some reason, right? Just think about rappers who die, who are from Brooklyn and died in L.A., right? You got Pop Smoke, who died last year. Of course, the Notorious B.I.G. And just think about Jackie Robinson, who played for the Brooklyn Dodgers, and then he went to Los Angeles and played for the Los Angeles Dodgers. There's always big tributes with L.A. and Brooklyn for some reason. And think about it. If LeBron James, let's say he does play Durant in back-to-back finals, so he'll beat him this year, then beat him next year again. That means LeBron James is going to become 6-6 and tie Michael Jordan in Michael Jordan's place of birth. Michael Jordan was born in Brooklyn. So that's a real possibility that he goes to back-to-back finals against the Brooklyn Nets and ties Michael Jordan in his hometown. So Blake Griffin, he signs on the day of the All-Star game, coincidentally. And then he's released on 3/5. But notice his full name is sums to 85 and 113. Also basketball numbers. Basketball is 85. The National Basketball Association is 113. Michael Jordan is 113. Kobe Bryant is 113. Someone pointed this out on Patreon that he has a TV show called, it's coming up. It hasn't been released yet. But it's called Double Cross with Blake Griffin. Double Cross? You know, that to me, that means a whole lot of things, but I'm not even going to start speculating on what the meaning of that is, of this title of this TV show. But Double Cross, right? Sounds like what Kevin Durant did to Russell Westbrook in Oklahoma City, right? When he left and went to Golden State and joined the better team. So I'm wondering what Blake Griffin got up his sleeve with this TV show. But I looked it up on Wikipedia, and it says here that the show announced its premiere on October 1st, and the premiere is going to be on March 19th. And just notice from October 1st, the day the show was announced, to today, it's 157 days. And the name of the show, Double Cross with Blake Griffin, sums to 157. Like I said, that's a big number with Kobe Bryant, who died on his 157th day of his age. Last year, the All-Star game the target score was set at 157. 157 is also the 37 prime number. Los Angeles is 37. So I'm curious to know. I'm probably going to have to watch some of these episodes because I want to know the meaning of the title, Double Cross. Blake Griffin for True TV. Nothing true about TV that only the only truth TV that I acknowledge is this one, Simple Truth TV. But yeah, I'm gonna have to watch a couple of episodes to see if I can get an idea of what the meaning of this title is, because it's definitely connected to the NBA. because the title, it sums to 157 in the reverse alphabetical order with the rules and numerology, but in the most pure cipher, the name of the TV show sums to 131 like championship. Let me show you. So Double Cross with Blake Griffin. 131, the most pure cipher, and that's the championship number. Championship is 131. So I'm just curious what the meaning of the double cross is, because it could mean a lot of things. And for 157, the day that he was released from the Pistons, that was 157 days after Kevin Durant's birthday. Double cross with Blake Griffin. So just really curious about this TV show. It says here, pranksters, beware. Oh boy. But yeah, so the All-Star game today. So the team LeBron wins with 170. Brooklyn Nets is 170. The MVP scores 35 points. King James is 35. The game is on the 66th day of the year. LeBron James, Lakers, LeBron is all 166. Final target score 170. And notice after 3 quarters, the team LeBron had 146 points, so they only needed 24 points, like number of Kobe Bryant. Oh, I guess they put it up here. The 24 representing Kobe Bryant's uniform number. I mean, why? It's because they're paying tribute. All this stuff is ritual. And notice the referee. The referee for the game, he was wearing the number 61. Like our finals is 61. They had Team LeBron versus Team Durant. They had number 61 refereeing the game. Oh, my God. So, oh, yeah, something else I wanted to point out. Jason Kidd, right? Jason Kidd, he began his career. He began his coaching career coaching the Brooklyn Nets. And now he's the assistant coach of the Los Angeles Lakers. I mean, just think about that by itself, right? But going back to that 56 NBA season, the 2002 NBA Finals, Jason Kidd was on the New Jersey Nets. He was the star player for the Nets. And his team lost to Shaquille O'Neal and the Lakers. So just think about all this stuff. How can all this stuff just be a coincidence, right? So here we are talking about the Brooklyn Nets possibly playing the Lakers in the NBA Finals. The last time that happened, Jason Kidd was on the team. He was on the Nets, and he played against Shaq and Kobe, right? Now, he's the assistant coach for the Los Angeles Lakers. And this is a guy that used to coach the Brooklyn Nets. I mean, what are the odds of all that? Just syncing up like that. And something interesting about his name, it has some interesting gematria with finals. Notice it sums to 33 and 57. I wrote finals up here, but it's NBA Finals, right? NBA Finals. I'll just do it over because I want you guys to just look at the two things by itself, right? So NBA Finals, and then his name, Jason Kidd. Notice the overlap in the 2 of the 4 ciphers, 33 and 57. Right? This is a guy that only been to one NBA Finals, so it's very interesting that his name connects to NBA Finals this way. And, if he remains in the Lakers for the next 2 years, he'll be. LeBron is LeBron is going to the next 2 NBA Finals. I mean, that's cemented. I think that's a done deal. I think you could stick a fork in that. Now, my question is LeBron going to play the Brooklyn Nets back to back? That's my only. I want to be 100% sure of that being a possibility before I make a statement like this over the internet. Because I don't want anybody taking my advice and putting some money down on the Brooklyn Nets, and then they lose, and then you guys are upset at me. So I'm just thinking, I'm going with all the clues that they're giving us, but I think that is where they're headed. They'll have LeBron and Durant play the next 2 NBA Finals. And just think about it. Who in the Eastern Conference is going to match up with, gematria aside, who in the Eastern Conference is going to match up with Durant, a healthy Kevin Durant, a healthy Kyrie Irving, DeAndre Jordan, Blake Griffin, and then James Harden. I mean, just from a basketball standpoint, nobody in the Eastern Conference is going to even match up with those 5 players. So it's obvious that they're going to have the Brooklyn Nets go to back-to-back NBA Finals. Just looking at it from that standpoint. Now, I know stuff happened, like fake injuries and stuff like that, but if these players are healthy, I don't think there's anybody. I don't even think they need all 5 players to compete in the Eastern Conference. But just looking at it from that standpoint, I think the Nets are locked to go to the NBA Finals in back-to-back seasons. And then for LeBron to tie Michael Jordan in his hometown. Because, again, Barclays Center is sums to 56. So I'm guessing LeBron is probably going to win the championship on the road in the Barclays Center. Let me show you. Barclays Center, 56. So Barclays Center is 56. He could become 5-6 in the Barclays Center this year, right? I was looking at the date, July 18th, because that's a day with 66 numerology and 30 numerology, like how LeBron is 66 and 30. And something that somebody on Patron pointed out to me is that LeBron James has 26 victories in the finals. He's won 26 games in the NBA Finals. So if he wins 4 more, he'll pick up his 30th, right? LeBron is 30. Now, I'm guessing it could possibly happen on July 18th because from his birthday to that day, that will be his 201st day of his age, like the Jesuit order, 201. Like how he was born 201 days after the 1984 NBA Finals. And we saw them pay tribute to this number last year when he played against the Heat in the NBA Finals, right? So, let's see. And that's also 18/7, like 187. Like the Society of Jesus is 187. It's possible the NBA Finals ends on that day. But let's see. So, yeah, so the Jason Kidd being the assistant coach in the Lakers is no coincidence. This stuff is all planned and well orchestrated. This is the guy that used to coach the Brooklyn Nets, play for the New Jersey Nets in the 56 NBA season. Do you guys need anything more than that? I mean, that's pretty strong right there. And they had Mr. number 61 refereeing the game. Oh my God. This is why you guys have to learn the meaning of numbers. Yesterday I put out a video showing the ritual with the fixed UFC fight. And a lot of new people saw that video and left some comments that I'm kind of used to. I'm kind of used to the disrespect, and because a lot of times these dummies, when they come across my videos and they have no idea what this stuff is, a lot of you don't even understand what you came across. If this is your first time watching a gematria-related video, you just stumbled upon gold. You probably don't even realize it. This is the most important thing. This is the most important knowledge in the world, really. There's nothing in school that you'll learn that's equivalent to this. And this stuff is really easy. This is just the alphabetic order, forwards and backwards. That's all this stuff is, A, B, C, D. And instead of having letters, what the cabal is doing is that they are incorporating numbers where the letters go. So you read A as a letter, right? They read A as a 1. So when they put the number 56 on the screen, you're looking at it like a number. But that number has a meaning. And that meaning comes from these same words that these same words that you read as words, they read as numbers, right? So once I see the number 56, I already know what that connects to. It connects to the Society of Jesus. Like how it connects to Barclays Center. And other things as well, like coronavirus, like Black Lives Matter, and a whole bunch of other things. You know? So if you saw the halftime show, right before the second half started, they had the big number 56 up. And there was supposedly there was 56 assists. And that's how they disguise what the real meaning of the number. Right? They'll say the reason the number's up there is because the team has 56 assists. No. They're putting up the number there is because LeBron James is probably going to be 5-6 this year. And they're telling you by placing the number in plain sight. But a lot of you don't know how to read the numbers. I wish I would have took a screenshot of it. It was right before the second half started. Supposedly the team LeBron had 56 assists. Like how LeBron could become 5-6 this year. Put it right in people's face. You know. Yesterday I pointed out how the UFC fighter, the fight was 227 days after his birthday. His name is 227, and he was born on July 7th. No, excuse me, on July 22nd, on 22/7, like 227. His name is 227, and the fight was 227 days after his birthday. And that's the 49th prime. And his opponent, he won every single round with 49 points. And people saying that I'm an idiot, that I'm dumb. I'm like, what's dumb about mathematics? Simple math. Me pointing out that 1 + 1 = 2, you're calling me dumb because I'm showing you that 1 + 1 = 2. This is why I really lost hope for a lot of people. You know, I guess the only people that are gonna appreciate these videos are the veterans in the community. It's really difficult to bring in new people to the knowledge because this world is filled with dummies. Unbelievable stuff. And keep in mind that I predicted the team that Blake Griffin was going to go to. I predicted it before it happened. Because all I had to do was look at the numbers. I said, oh, look, it's the 64th day of the year. Oh, they're releasing Blake Griffin, the guy whose name sums to 64. Then let me see what team can he possibly go to. Maybe the Brooklyn Nets, the team that sums to 64 in gematria. And, of course, it will all happen on the day with 13 in numerology. Go look up the day that James Harden signed with the Brooklyn Nets. It was on January 13th. This came on January 13th. The Houston Rockets and Brooklyn Nets shook up the NBA landscape Wednesday when they reportedly agreed to a blockbuster 4-team trade that will send James Harden to the Eastern Conference. On the 13th, number 13 joins the Nets. And of course, remember how Blake Griffin's name sums to 113, just like Steve Nash, the head coach of the Brooklyn Nets? And it came 13 days before the anniversary of Kobe Bryant's death. And Brooklyn is 41 to 13th prime. And notice Kyrie Irving's name sums to 75, like how this is the 75th NBA season. Kyrie Irving, 75. And when James Harden signed with the Brooklyn Nets, it was 263 days after the commissioner's birthday. And that's the 56th prime number. Like Society of Jesus, like Barclays Center. So I don't get it. How is this stuff, how you calling this stuff dumb? I mean, this is what they're doing. They're playing with numbers. They're playing number games. This is what they're doing. It's not, I didn't make this stuff up. I wish it wasn't this way. This is why I'm making a video, so it wouldn't have to be this way. I would like to see an organic basketball game. But they're not giving us that. They're giving us a fixed game with technology and actors and scripts. I didn't make this up. Whatever. But yeah, so let's see what happens this upcoming NBA Finals. I'm pretty confident that we're gonna get this year the two teams correct. You know, last year I missed one out of the two, but I think this year, I mean, this is not the hardest thing to do anyway. I mean, this year is pretty easy. I mean, even without the knowledge, because I mean, if you look at the Brooklyn Nets, they're flooded with talent. Supposed to be, because I don't think none of those people are really talented. Again, they're using technology, so we will never know these people's true talent because they're on a stage. 100 target score set at 170. Oh my God. What a joke. And for one more Kobe Bryant tribute, if you add up the total amount of points scored by the starters of the team LeBron, they had 81 points. Like how Kobe being Bryant equals 81. Like how he scored 81 points versus the Raptors. Kobe Bean Bryant his full name sums to 81. And what is Kobe Bryant mostly remembered for? Scoring 81 points versus the Toronto Raptors on January 22nd. And the Lakers winning with 122 points that same day. On January 22nd on 122. So add up all the total points scored by the starters from the team LeBron, and you're gonna get 81 points. All right, 35 by Mr. Giannis, the guy born on 12/6. I got Kobe Bryant died on 126. There's so much stuff. But look, 35 plus 10 is 45, right? This is 45 points right here, right? So what we got to do is 45 plus 28. That's 73. 73 plus 8, that's 81. 81 points scored by Team LeBron starters. Tribute to Kobe Bryant. And as I'm speaking about the number 64, apparently there's only 64 people watching my video. As I'm speaking about the Brooklyn Nets and Blake Griffin. You see how it works? You see how YouTube works? And 25 likes. Like our finals is 25. I'm going to open up the phone lines in case anybody wants to call in. The number is 646-986-0958. I'm also going to type it in the chat room. In case anybody wants to maybe debate me respectfully, let's go. Because I hate reading the comments and there's all this negativity. I don't get why you guys don't call up. I'll give you guys the platform. I don't get why you guys don't use this to your advantage. Okay, so the number is now on the screen. So if anybody wants to call up, and let's talk about how the NBA is not rigged, how the UFC is not rigged, how, the reason Mr. Israel lost yesterday is because he was the worst, he got the worst of the other half, of the other guy. The other guy got the best of him. I want you to debate, I want you to prove that to me. Prove to me why the NBA is not rigged. Explain to me why the target score was set at 170, while last year was set at 157 points, right after Kobe Bean Bryant died. The guy who died on his 157th day of his age. Yeah, I know they can't. I know they can't explain none of that stuff. All they do is leave negativity under the videos. I know they can't explain it. Yeah, it's a great point. So shout out to everybody. There's a lot of new people here that I don't recognize, but I guess nobody wants to call up, But somebody says, "What is the Space Jam decode?" I think I did decode the movie Space Jam that's gonna be released. I think soon. I think Space Jam is coming out this year. Supposed to come out on July 16th. What's going on?
What up, man? I'm actually in the car, so let me make sure you're onto the Bluetooth. Okay, I can't get it. Can you hear me?
Yes.
All right, man. Good work as usual.
Thank you.
I don't really got nothing to debate you about. I'm more agreeing.
Okay.
I'm agreeing on your build. It's pretty obvious. I mean,
well, it depends. It depends who you ask, because there's a lot of people who.
Well, it's obvious for us. I try not to because I'm like you too. When I talk to my homies out here who I try to teach it to, and because we both from like Jersey, New York, we get this like we figure it out, and then we try to tell it to them, and they don't see it. We be like, "What the fuck is wrong with you?"
Yeah, it's
like,
so obvious. It's so and it's so obvious too.
Examples. But yeah, man, I do think though there is going to be a fake injury. It's going to happen because it's the only way I see LeBron getting
past those guys, right? That's a lot of talent.
Yeah, it has to happen like that.
Yeah.
Or unless somehow they find a way to get Andre Drummond, which I don't see them being able to do that with his contract. So, or what could happen? There could be a Kevin Love trade. Kevin Love hasn't really played that many games this year for Cleveland. He's demanded to get traded. So somehow he can probably get traded for nothing to the Lakers.
And, they always have the excuse to say that somebody has coronavirus.
Yeah, 56.
Which is 56, right?
Yeah.
So that could be the reason why a player doesn't play and LeBron becomes 5 and 6.
Exactly. So it's like today, or you can see Kyrie or Durant want to go to a barbershop in Brooklyn and they got the coronavirus before the tip-off, or they can say they got to take protocols and they'll have a
Meanwhile, they let Michael Jordan play with the flu, but they won't let people play with the coronavirus. Isn't it a joke?
It's funny, man.
And I don't get how people can see that, because I mean, here you go. You have Michael Jordan, who is clearly sick. Well, supposedly he's an actor, right? But in that game, you can tell he's sick. I mean, to the sleepers, right? Not to us.
Yeah,
to us, we know that it's all an act.
I think he was sick though.
No, I know it's all fake, but I'm just saying he did a good job acting as if he was sick, right?
Right.
So how is it that the commissioner that year, he allowed this guy who clearly had the flu, and the flu is contagious, he allowed him to play 48-minute game with other players?
I never thought about that. The flu is freaking contagious.
Of course it is. And they let Michael Jordan play an entire 48-minute game with the flu, and they didn't take him out. Now somebody has COVID, and he has to spend 10 days quarantining. What a joke this stuff is.
Hey, don't be surprised. Remember Justin Turner got it during the World Series.
Exactly.
They said he had it in the game they clinched the championship.
Yeah.
So if we see some stupid behind coincidence that happened with another LA team to get coronavirus, or somebody has it on the opposite team, I mean, hey, we might as well start writing the possible scripts right now.
It's crazy.
Yeah. But we also simple truth, we do got to be mindful to 7, and the fact that Kevin Durant changed his number to 7, and then you got to look at I think isn't New Jersey 47?
And how does New Jersey play into this? Because Brooklyn Nets was from New Jersey, you mean?
Because they were the New Jersey Nets, season 56,
mm-hmm.
And then you got to remember 47. LeBron can become 4 and 7 if he loses.
Good point.
And then you got the Kevin Durant changing his number to number 7.
That's a good point.
So you got to always look at that narrative.
Yeah, because that happened to me last year. I got too locked in on the narrative that I had in place.
You were just on the wrong side of are you talking about basketball? I think you're talking about the Super Bowl. But I say you were just on the wrong side of 163. But,
yeah. Well, the Super Bowl was tricky because I did see the 160. I actually mentioned it in that video, the possibility of the Chiefs becoming 16-3. I thought it was just too obvious for them to do that.
The Packers, bro. I already told you what I said. You had me. Your ATS and your videos had me going away from all the things that I preached the whole year.
No, actually, in the past week, the ATS has been Lock City. I mean, that is the most effective thing when the code in sports.
Yeah.
It doesn't land 100% of the time, but it's definitely It's more
would
accurate
that
than
make you,
anything else.
to be honest, that would separate you from other guys who do the gematria and stuff, because you give out ATS. Nobody gives that out.
Yeah, and that does play a lot because that's where the money is. That's how Vegas gets paid and doesn't get paid. That's why they have spreads. That's the meaning of. That's the point of spreads. It's to reduce people's chances of winning.
Another thing off the topic of basketball, you really need to look. I really think it's going to be the damn Cowboys in the Super Bowl, and you need to go look at how they doing the WrestleMania and the Royal Rumble rituals before and after the Super Bowl. This shit is crazy.
Yeah, but let's go back to what you were saying about 4 and 7, because that is interesting. He picking up his 7th loss.
Mm-hmm. And then you see Kevin Durant change to number 7, and you saw what happened last sports season. We had Saban getting 7. We had Tom Brady getting 7. So why the hell can Kevin Durant have this guy getting his 7th loss?
You know what it is too, though, the relevance of the number 56. I mean, it's been everywhere from last year to this year. So I don't see how they don't go make them 5 and 6. It just
that's the only way I can see it happening. It has to be an injury. They don't match up with the Nets.
Well, yeah, but from looking at it from a basketball standpoint, you're right, because that's 5. They literally have 5 superstars. Because Kyrie Irving and James Harden are superstars. Kevin Durant is a superstar. Now Blake Griffin was an all-star, and DeAndre Jordan was an all-star. So they have 5 stars.
And people people keep on writing on Blake, but they need to realize.
But think about the movie Space Jam though, and it's coming out this year, right? You had the Monstars.
Right. I mean,
and Space Jam is 23. So
it is?
Yeah, Space Jam is 23, like how LeBron wears number 23. I mean, it's a lot of narratives, but I don't see how, because the movie Space Jam is coming out this year, coincidentally, and that's the movie with the Monstars.
LeBron James equals. You said so. You were saying you think they're going to clinch on the 18th because you said 30, right?
No, well, the 18th is just because that's the 201st day of his age.
Yeah, the Jesuit order.
Yeah, and the date numerology.
The date numerology 56 is on the 20th, I think.
Yeah, that's the start. No, that's the start date. It's July 8th.
Yeah, and I think I got him to clinch on July 20th.
Well, it's possible. I was just making a guess. I mean, it doesn't have to end that day. But and that's another point. Why the NBA final starts on the day with 56 numerology?
It's crazy, man.
Yeah. And that now that I'm thinking about it, I mean the movies, the Space Jam movie, right? Monstars. They have 5 huge talents, and they had these cartoon characters, and that's basically what the Lakers are.
Wow, no, that's what the Brooklyn Nets are.
Well, no, the Brooklyn Nets are the Monstars. Yeah, but I mean I'm talking about the Looney Tunes. The Looney Tunes is what the Lakers are.
Yeah. The Nets are the Monstars, and basically they're having LeBron like Jordan. He has to beat all. Oh my gosh!
That's what they're doing.
Oh my gosh!
That's what they're doing. And then the movie comes out this year. Come on.
Yeah, the movie was supposed to, I mean, you already know Hollywood shut down with all these pedophiles, aka coronavirus.
Yeah, and then there's this whole story about Pepe Le Pew not making it to. I mean, and it's all connected to Dave Chappelle. Dave Chappelle equals 56. You remember the stand-up that Dave Chappelle did with it's called Killing Them Softly, where he talked about Pepe Le Pew.
Yeah.
And he was like Pepe Le Pew's a rapist. So that's another thing that we can probably see some headline saying that one of the star players from the Nets can't play because of some type of accusations. You know, they always come up with something.
The perfect player would be James Harden because he lives in strip clubs.
Yeah, they'll probably, and then this guy has a TV show called Double Cross that's coming out. Blake Griffin.
And another thing with Blake, it wouldn't be surprising if he gets injured. I mean, the last time the Detroit Pistons made the playoffs, he actually carried them to the playoffs with like one good leg, and he's always injured. So
yeah.
So I wouldn't even be surprised.
Yeah, but
Hey man,
it's true what you said though. The Nets are the Monstars. I think that's what that was the big riddle with that movie.
that's crazy, man. That's crazy. Man, but hey, bro, man, I'm appreciating the build, man. I just got
The Monstars is 64, like Brooklyn
60.
Nets.
Okay. But yeah, man. Any more stuff I get, man, I'm gonna throw you away, man. I got Shorty waiting for me, so I gotta get off this
All right, I
thing.
appreciate the
But
call.
I
Thank you.
appreciate the build, man. Keep doing the good work, brother.
Thank you too. Yeah, this movie coming out this year. I mean, that's who the Brooklyn. I mean, look at the Brooklyn Nets right here. This is them. Oh my gosh, this guy looks like James Harden right here. And then they had the tall, slinky one like DeAndre Jordan. This is the Brooklyn Nets. I'm convinced it is. Oh my goodness. Hello?
Yeah, Arthur. Look, man. And mind you, obviously with the Space Jam thing, I think he finally saw the light. But you don't need to keep entertaining these things just because you got the Celtics things wrong. The LeBron thing is so goddamn lopsided. Like, I hear so much of that 4-7 nonsense. And what people need to understand is not just that the 5 and 6 is such a big number. It's the fact that that fool can go to 6 finals, win 6, lose 6, and win 6 finals MVP.
Yeah.
Like, there's so much different alignments that dude can make. And not only that, we're in the next 2 year cycle with different astrological shit of GOAT rituals. Mm-hmm. He's going to cause the GOAT debate if he goes 6 and 6, not if he goes 4 and 7 or 5 and 7.
Yeah, it doesn't. The 4 and 7 doesn't make any sense to me. It doesn't.
Exactly. It's just like that. Serena right now, she her next one, she passes the she gets the GOAT title because she already has it, but she gets the most majors. Tiger is one away from his thing. Like, you have all these different things going on. Brady already did what he did. And you have people still calling up, acting like they don't know that there's bigger narratives at place because they see one little numbers. And to be honest with you, only reason they do this stuff, Arthur, is because they're fans. Is because they think like fans. Because I tell people that, look, LeBron, if you want to make him the GOAT, you should keep the Nets healthy and have him beat them. Because he already beat the Warriors.
Yeah, that's a great point. That's a great point.
He won, and the 73-win Warriors with, like, barely nobody. He almost took
and he did it. He did it while being down 3-1.
Exactly. On King James' birthday, he wins it all. Like, stop playing. Like, I keep telling people that, no, it don't matter if they're injured or not, man. Like, this fool, they want him to be GOAT or whatever, so they need to have him do something heroic. Because he already has, 6 losses, so they need him to beat the Nets. And for me, I just get tired of that stuff when I hear all this stuff because it's like, man, they're gonna try to lead you down the wrong path with that 4-7.
No. I'm convinced that it's gonna be Lakers and Nets,
and it's the Nets too, man. Like that 56 season shit. People saying 6 is Celtics, man.
Yeah, and think about it, Jason. I don't know if you what part of the video you got in, but Jason Kidd. Yeah, Jason Kidd.
Yeah, Jason Kidd, and he's been to 3. He's been to 3 finals also, like 56 and all that stuff. Yeah, he also beat LeBron too when he was on the Mavericks, and he was the one guarding LeBron.
Great point. Yes.
He was the one guarding him. Yeah, when LeBron choked and all that stuff, which is, I love that as a fan because I can't stand LeBron, but I need him now for my futures. But yeah, definitely. And then also, quick thing, like you found Blake. Kevin Love, his full name has a 201, and then also this guy that the Lakers is thinking of picking up, and I think they're going to get him, Hassan Whiteside.
That's the thing. They gave some other players. They could definitely.
Yeah, his full name, Hassan Neon Whiteside. If you put it in 201, I think in English ordinal, and then also has the 114. It also has an 84 in there too. Like we know that ties into the Jesuits, but it has the 114 like LeBron, and then the 201. And his birthday is June 13th. Day leaving 201 days left in the year. So you already know. That's why I said when I saw your thing saying that, you think it might be July 18th when it ends. 201 thing, you'll have another 201 guy because that's the guy that the Lakers are targeting right now.
Okay.
So yeah, man, it's just it's just a bunch of stuff, and I'm just listening to people. It's like, look, man, the only thing I'm worried about is I think that LA unfortunately is going to get a bad psyop, like how we got the big ass fires last year before the Dodgers and all that stuff won. I think we're getting stuff like that, so that's what I'm trying to figure out. I don't need people like over here playing games with like, I think the Sixers, Celtics. Man, listen, Los Angeles and Toronto are probably going to get some shit happening to them because it looks like we're going to be in a lot of championships. So that's the shit that I'm trying to get people to help you figure out, because I know that's why you do the celebrity deaths, the books and stuff you're doing. We ain't got time to be entertaining idiots. Because if you watch the All-Star game today, that shit was so frustrating because while it's entertaining for most people, you seeing dudes like Steph Curry and Dame Lillard who barely
back to back, they hit back to back half court,
like it's effortless.
And you're trying to tell me that's realistic?
Thank you. And I'm trying to tell people, and I'm almost looking at people, I'm like, y'all have not ever played sports or something like that. If you've seen how far an NBA half-court shot is, for them to be pulling with it effortless and they're not even casting.
All net.
And come on, man. Consistently hitting the rim and all. It's just like, dude, y'all just, because, a lot of people, they just don't, they stay inside and just eat Doritos and stuff.
And also, Giannis Antetokounmpo went perfect. He made every single shot.
Exactly, and you saw the ties of that. Also, his name is the one that sounds the most like Gianna. It's just a bunch of stupid stuff going on. Mm-hmm. It's just like, man, and the thing is just that people not paying attention. Like, they're really not.
They're watching the game.
Yeah, because I told people, listen, man, if you can accept the Mavs series that LeBron lost, where even though I don't like them, they should have never lost to that, and then you accept them coming back to the 73-win Warriors, down 3-1, you'll accept anything. Like you said, and it was so frustrating when I heard it. Jordan had the flu game. I was a kid back then, so I didn't really process it up until you said it now. But if that shit would have happened today, I would have been like, what the fuck? Because I remember that happened to me when Justin Turner, the Dodgers won, and
they allowed him to play the entire game with the flu.
In California. Yeah. In California, where you can't go anywhere with COVID, damn near.
It's just a mocking. They mocking us. It
is.
Yes.
It's not like you see the players on the court playing with masks and stuff like that. It's like, come on, you're right. The flu is contagious. The cold is contagious. That stuff's been killing people for years. Some of these ventilators and stuff that they playing games with is killing some of these older folks. Why are people not tripping off over the fact that we have weak power grids or whatever, and the homeless froze to death in Texas? Because that's the thing they don't tell you, is that there's a bunch of death tolls from that, but the thing is the homeless don't ever count into the population for most of them, because most of them, they ain't got no identities or something like that. So, I just get, real tired of just some of these sports people, these sports fans coming here trying you with this shit, because, they look for any little thing like the Celtics or whatever pick, and then there's like, oh, Gematria's not real, just because they want to believe in this matrix shit.
Yeah.
And for me, it's just like, just F them and let them lay. Like, we, because at the end of the day, it's only going to be a few of us, it looks like, that's going to be willing to fight this matrix. Because it looks like a lot of people just enjoy this shit. Like,
it's true. It's so true. You're absolutely right.
It is, man. So, yeah, just keep doing your thing, Arthur, and just, yeah, man, you ain't got to entertain all of them, man. You can just sometimes just talk, because even though I could see that you were stuck in with your pick, man, I'm telling you have it. The Lakers and Nets is the thing.
You know what it is? I got criticized a lot last year for debunking everybody.
Dog, listen, man, you're not the infinite. Everyone makes us say, listen, man, I follow you on Patron, where I know we've had a rough week after we start off strong.
Yeah.
I decoded too, and I also was missing picks. So I know for a fact that this shit is hard.
This shit is definitely difficult.
Yeah,
it's
and
difficult.
I can tell that some of it is just like when you look back on the thing, if you go back and look at some of your picks, go look at where the money was at. The money was on those picks, and so it looks like almost like they flipped it on it, because it's not a meaningless game. Because you have to remember, it's not like it's March Madness or something like that.
Yeah.
Or the championships or the playoffs, so they can flip it.
And I think the flipping theory is definitely something that's realistic, because why would they have these games double coded?
They have certain things. Yeah, it's double coded. Then they have certain people that they're gonna check. And you have to understand you're one of them, because I just know that from a fact. Just even before, first obviously I found through Zach or whatever, but then I'd already been hearing about you. The fact that I'd already heard about you, even though I was in the truth community or whatever, Vegas and I'm monitoring y'all's picks.
Absolutely.
You're one of the few putting out daily. So come on, and you're one of the biggest one with that's consistently doing it.
Yeah.
So they're looking at your shit, and they're looking at any way to just get people to not to doubt you and all that stuff. Especially with you coming out with your book. What's the easiest way to mess with that? Is make you look like you're a moron.
Like exactly, like you don't know what you're doing. And I'm really convinced that last year it was scripted for the Celtics, because there was so much behind that I'm still shocked that they didn't go.
See, and for me, just because I didn't know Gematria at the time, I didn't know, but I saw what y'all were saying in that, And yeah, I think that I guess that they had. I'll just assume that they always had the Miami thing, but I could see where that went.
Yeah,
I just
well,
know
the
that the
41 made
Nets.
sense, but it just
Yeah,
like, come on,
yeah,
like how they
it
don't
wasn't
go
as
with.
strong as it wasn't the strongest. I'll give you that. It wasn't the strongest. So I thought actually the Celtics would have made more sense, but different people had different things. Because certain people had Bucks and stuff like that, and we know that too because I heard that too. So listen, those things happen. But my thing is that people who think that way, it don't matter. Because let me tell you something: you will make more money and more expose more truth than they ever will.
Yep.
At the end of the day,
And just think about the when we started the month, we was on fire. We was hitting dogs and.
Yeah, and the thing too on top of that is that you said 20 for a reason. Is you're talking about a 31-day month, and you said 20, so that meant that you thought that there could be 11 days where you missed, right?
Yes, absolutely. Because
So
I'm just realistic. I'm realistic.
And that's the thing is that, and that's the thing too that happened with me when I first tried to put people on Zach and you, is that the minute y'all got something wrong, they immediately turn down the entire knowledge.
Absolutely.
It's the entire thing. And it's like they could see 10 million things right, but because they want to believe in that matrix, they go with the one.
Exactly.
And what's crazy is then I'll show them, okay, when the matrix screws y'all over one time, like, why is that not the end of, like, what?
I said the same thing last year.
Jesus come through for you and all that stuff.
I said the same thing last year.
Yeah, like
because if you watch these sports shows like Stephen A. Smith and Skip Bayless, they constantly wrong. They constantly wrong.
Dude had like an 8-year streak where he got finals wrong,
and people still go to him and depend on him. It's the power of the matrix.
Exactly, and that's what it is, and that's why we need to help you get that studio with probably either a fine sister or Latina or something like that, because you're gonna need that, because it's just like it seems like that's what get people attention, especially. That's unfortunately what gets these idiots, these low vibrational idiots, and
that's why they do it.
I have some of those tendencies too, but I was smart enough to wake up in 2020, and I really think that it's a bad sign if you didn't wake up that year. I mean, we should have woke up before, but it's a real bad sign if you didn't wake up that year with all the BS going on.
Yes. 2020. I mean, that's crazy. I mean, a lot of people are still asleep because you know how many people are here saying that. Oh, I'm going tomorrow to get my shot. Like what? With all these videos that's circulating and all the stuff that we've been talking about.
Dude, you could show them that. You could show them videos of people are getting false positives for HIV and stuff like that, and they'll still go get it. And they'll still even the All-Star game, they were promoting that shit like crazy. And it's like you targeting quote unquote black people, even though I think we copper colored or whatever. You targeting us with this BS after Tuskegee and all this stuff. You in Africa killing people, and I was like, what? Like, why should we ever trust you to heal us? Mm-hmm. And yeah, they're gonna do it, and they're gonna see either LeBron or probably what I think is they're gonna kill one of our favorite idols with this stuff, and then all of us will fall for it. Because I remember there was a big shift in everything when the NBA shut down because of that coronavirus stuff. I remember most quote unquote black people was making jokes about it up until that happened, and all of a sudden, our sports is getting taken away, our bread and circus, and then all of a sudden, people started taking it serious. I'm like, man. Mm-hmm. But that's the power of programming. So I'm not even surprised by it. But you just keep doing your book. You keep doing the truth decodes and all that stuff, and just the real ones will rock with you. You'll grow slowly and all that stuff. You will get your studio. You got to think that, because even though it looks tough, you have to think.
Yeah, it's tough because it's so many trolls. The trolls really have power.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I agree with you, and that's why I know sometimes you got to nip that in the butt, especially coming from where you come from. Mm-hmm. You said Bronx, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. You got to be. You can't just let certain stuff slide from over there. Yep. So yeah, you keep doing what you're doing, but yeah, man, you on your shit, man. Like I know I get a lot of flack for people because they still look at me and why I still rock with you because you miss on sports picks, and I'm like, my God, that's not why I follow him. Like even if you put none, I would still send the 10 or whatever the hell it is. I don't even check it. I just automatically have it debited to my card because of what you do on this stuff. Yeah. Like you're not just showing us the LeBron thing just to show us that LeBron's gonna go 6-6. You're showing that it's tied to the coronavirus numbers and the Jesuits and all that stuff, and some of their fear porn that they're putting out to us, and that shit. And
it was connected to I put out a video how it was connected to the Ronnie King beating.
Yeah.
He was 322 weeks old when it happened.
Do you know that do you know why LeBron? He had said earlier this year that he wasn't going to miss a game, all of a sudden he missed the game before the All-Star, which was conveniently the Kings, and you already know why they played the Kings that day.
Yeah, that's where Ronnie King was born.
But what was so funny about that game was, if you look up LeBron's record, and I'll give you a free lock, LeBron's record against the King is 23-8. So I can already tell you, if they wanted the Lakers to lose that game, they couldn't have LeBron lose that game because of what the record would have been with a loss. And then, the next time that the Lakers will play the Kings, on 4-2.
On his birthday.
Oh, no, not a birthday. I'm talking about like April 2nd, like a day that could be written like 24. And they're going to get 24 wins to 8 losses with LeBron playing the Kings, which was the first team they ever played.
Yeah, but 4-2 is also Ronnie King's birthday.
Oh, yeah. I'm saying, but yeah. I thought you meant that. But yeah, stuff like that. And it's just like, you see stuff like that, and you'll show people that, and it's just like, oh, well, I don't know. I still think it's real. It's like, all right. So, cool.
Yeah, just think about them playing on his anniversary. And the guy is from Sacramento.
And he's from Sac, because I didn't know that part. I knew it was the anniversary. When someone said it was that part, I was like, whoa. Because he died in the city that I'm in right now. I'm like, Rialto. I forgot that happened because that was before I moved here. But I'm like, yo, even when I was listening to you and that one guy do the video on it, I was like, yo, what the fuck? Like, because mind you, for me, for most of my life, I thought that shit was real. I thought things like Trayvon and stuff. I thought Mike Brown. I remember getting worked up by that. I remember OJ and all that stuff. And I thought all those sides, or even Emmett Till, I thought was real.
Yeah, they do a pretty good job. Orchestrating and stuff.
What's funny is that they do a good job to kids. They shouldn't be doing a good job to adults. Like 9/11.
But they're raising kids. A lot of adults are still kids. They have the kid mentality.
True. And that's and that goes back to the school system on it. But yeah,
Yeah, I sometimes I read the comment section. People using emojis and they write U with the letter U instead of YOU. It's just, that's who they raising. They raising kids.
Yeah, for me, I use a bouncer, but yeah, I can do both. But my thing is, yeah, you're right, definitely on the childlike mentality of people. But just, man, we got to wake up because, like we said, they got so much planned for us. Like this Agenda 2021 thing, this Agenda 2030. Like this Georgia Guidestones wasn't put up for a reason. It still bothers me that no one, like, I think either they killed the witness or something, but no one knows how that thing got there. Mm-hmm. And yet it's just there, and it looks like they're about to do all this shit right now.
Well, they got rid of 500,000 supposedly.
No, shit.
That's a lot of people.
It is, man, but it's just like, come on, man. Like we just got to keep doing it, and it's going to be a slow process, and it doesn't look like we'll be able to save the world at this point. Just trying to save the truth seekers at this point, but it's worth it what you do, man, because I learned a lot, and I see a lot of things now that I never used to see. And so, I just want you to keep on it. I know sports is where most people, unfortunately, don't come to you. But listen, man, you can get the Celtics and the finals wrong every fucking day of the week. As long as you get the real stuff, I'm rocking with you, man.
And not only that, something that I always say is, like, it doesn't matter what I've accomplished. People are always going to point out the Celtics, and I got the Celtics wrong.
Right. You're right. You can get the next 10 finals right. They'll always remember that.
Because from February 28th, I started my run, right? So February 28th, March 1st, March 2nd, March 3rd, and March 4th, I went 5 days straight going perfect, and none of that matters. What matters is that I got Friday and Saturday wrong.
Yeah, and that's just because, that's the thing is that people love to throw stones. Because like I said, let's say you get your studio and then you blow up or you get any level of just like even mid-mainstream, not even full mainstream. People are just going to make compilation videos of the stuff you got wrong.
And call me an agent and say that I'm part of the cabal and stuff like that. Yeah, I know.
Oh, yeah, they do that. Yeah, because either you had a family member in the police, which I tell people you'd be surprised at how many of us have that. Or, you get things wrong. People think that, oh, okay, he must be a shit working for Vegas. I'm like, for real? Because then why would you have gotten stuff right? Like, why would you be exposing this? This counterintuitive stuff.
Exactly.
Counterintuitive. And everyone's a show. That's just the thing is that, whenever you're calling out something, you're a show. Like, everyone seems to do that because they can't do it. And my thing is, people that put themselves on the line, and like I always say, I always have respect because you have kids. Mm-hmm. Like, for me, it's different even listening to people like that because he has no kids. I tell people this right now. My whole worldview would change if I had a kid. I couldn't do some of the stuff that I do because I got another pair of eyes counting on me for their day to day. That's what you got, and you're still putting yourself out there. So, you know, there's a lot of decoders and stuff like that I only see on Patreon, but I don't see them in front of the camera.
And they're not exposing anything, but
exactly. Because they're anonymous. So, you know, I gotta respect people that put themselves out there. Because like I said, if you were just chilling on stuff, you wouldn't be exposing this stuff. And the hardest thing.
And that's another thing I said. I always say, people ask me that I'm doing this for money. If I was doing this for money, I wouldn't talk about ritual murders, because by doing that, I'm risking my channel getting taken down. And somebody that's trying to build is not going to
believe in. These are the people that they believe in. Like the celebrities and stuff. Like, come on, man.
Yeah.
Please. I can't even talk to chat about people like Chadwick Boseman from my family. Kobe Bryant, like the idol, the god.
Oh no, I got friends that if I say anything about Kobe, they'll fight me.
Yeah, they do, and that's why I told people that, because I used to wonder how long these Kobe reels was gonna last, and now I see why, because of how deified this guy was.
Yeah, he was literally God.
Like, this dude didn't do shit. Like he ain't even like the Muhammad Ali types, where even as a puppet as that one is, you could at least argue, I guess, that he allegedly fought for, like, you know, civil rights or something like that. That Kobe wasn't one of those. Like, the hell, this dude. And just, you know, but, you know, that's how it is with people. And that's the same thing with LeBron and them. And that's why, you know, they're gonna keep doing the little race psyops and stuff like that. We got to just keep doing what we do, because it's going to be hell for us the next few years. It's already been, but it's going to be worse, it looks like. So just keep doing what you're doing, Arthur. I'll let anyone else call or whatever. And I would love to hear some of these trolls call up, because there's a few in them comments or whatever, especially that flood season, that just...
Yeah, but they don't say anything
but
useful.
That's the thing. That's just... Man, I know it's a family show, but that's just bitch assness to me. Yeah. And mind you, I know you from the Bronx, I'm from Miami. I can't stand people like that. Because they be wolfing at the mouth and all that stuff, whatever, willing to criticize and make it seem like sports is real and all this stuff, whatever. But then when they got an opportunity and a forum to speak to the person, they don't want to. And it's just like, damn, man, it's just another level of the effeminization of men. Men should be able to, like, parlay with each other. You got a disagreement, call up or speak with the person, man to man, and yet you don't never get them. But there'll be internet thugs or whatever just clicking away.
Yeah, they always typing away, yep.
Yeah. Sixers, Celtics, and all this stuff. It's just like, man, fuck off.
Exactly.
But yeah, I'm going to go in and get off, whatever. Good chat, Arthur, and then I'm going to just keep looking out for your book and all that stuff whenever you drop that.
Yeah, I'm 2 chapters away. I'm finishing the George Floyd and the Chadwick Boseman.
You may have to add stuff the way shit's looking. So.
Yeah, well, I'm only covering 2020, because if I start covering 2021, I'll never be finished.
Yeah, you'll be good then. All right, man.
I appreciate you. Thank you so much. All right, hold on one second. Hello? Yes, you're on the air. What's going on? Yeah. One second, because I can't hear you.
Hey, is there an art to this calling in? Because I feel like I'm back in the 1990s trying to call in the Hot 107.5 Detroit, trying to request the real Slim Shady over and over and over and over.
What's going on? What's on your mind?
Shit.
Can you lower the video in the background?
No, I got you muted.
Because I'm hearing myself.
Am I loud? Am I being too loud?
No, it's that when I talk, I'm hearing myself. What's going on? You see? Yeah, I'm going to hang up. I'm sorry. Call me back when your phone is better. I can't be doing this. All right, try it now. What's going on?
Hey, we just got disconnected.
No, I hung up because I hear it. I hear an echo, and it's gonna sound bad in the video.
Hold up. Is it gone now?
Hello? Yeah, it's gone.
Yeah, is it gone now?
Yeah. Tell me what's going on. What's on your mind?
Bet a lot is on my mind. First off, salute to you.
Thank you.
And to all the consistent info you've been pumping out daily.
Thank you.
Almost daily.
Yeah, well, it is daily. It is daily.
Yeah, and I appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
But I've been following you for a year, I found Zach like shit 2 years ago, and then I got through his first book and shit, and then I found you, and I saw the infighting going on within the community. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't like that. But
I didn't like it either. I didn't like it either. I didn't like it either.
But I knew you weren't with the drama.
No, I'm not.
I fuck with you.
But let me ask you something.
You know what I'm saying?
If you let me ask you something. If you call if you call me up and say, Arthur, I'm inspired by what you do, I'm gonna start doing the same thing as you, right? And then once you start doing,
I could
allow me to speak so I can just get my point across. So let's say then you start doing videos and you start helping me carry out the movement, right? And then I'll come and attack you and say nasty things about you. How you gonna feel about that?
Shit, sure. I'm gonna be hot.
Yeah, so that's what happened. But hopefully it's behind us and we can move forward. So
absolutely. And I don't want to.
No, I just wanted to just
gasoline on the fire.
Never. You can never do that. So what's on your mind besides that?
Shit, so much, bro. I'm fucking fed up with this world, this material world that we live in, this matrix, whatever the fuck it is. I haven't really figured it out yet.
What are you willing to do about it?
Bro, I'm willing to give my life for this shit.
Well, let's not. If you give up your life, then you won't. We won't be able to use you. You have to do something more effective than that. Are you spreading the word?
But what is making YouTube videos going to do?
Well, it does a lot because you making YouTube videos.
Pedophilia, exposing the Jesuits, exposing this, and I'm getting my channel deleted. I'm on almost my fourth deletion.
Okay, making YouTube videos is you can't interrupt me. I gotta respond to your question. Making YouTube videos is very effective.
I agree.
A lot of new people found my channel and became aware of the knowledge. Before I had a YouTube channel, those people probably would have never found my the information. So absolutely. Making videos is definitely effective because we are in the age of technology. Everybody has a phone in their hand. Everybody's on YouTube.
Absolutely.
Everybody's on social media. So spreading these videos and helping and making videos and making content is definitely gonna do something. It's not gonna not do something. It has done a lot. If it wasn't for the videos, I would have never found Zach's work. Yes?
Correct.
So it has done a lot. And by me finding his videos, I was able to learn and I started developing videos. But everybody's not willing to do the same thing. And I get what you're saying. You think I don't plan on making videos forever, but we need to build our community at a larger number.
I'm not right. Absolutely, I agree. But us scattered all over the internet making videos and shit.
We need to build our community.
I'm not telling you to not make videos because what you're doing is righteous as fuck. But I'm watching. I mean, just look at Zach. How many Patreons does that motherfucker have?
Yeah, but that's the thing. Everybody's worrying about everybody's. But hear me out.
10K a month in his fucking pocket.
Let me explain something to you. I'm not. I can't stand that guy. So what I'm about to say is not to defend him, but my issue is I don't understand why people are always worried about his pockets or how much money he's bringing in. He's not.
I ain't worried about it.
Yeah, but he doesn't. He's not obligated. Hear me out. He's not obligated to use his funds for anything. Whatever he makes on Patreon, that's his business. He's providing people with a service. He's making people money in the casinos, right? What would you like for him to do with his money? You would like for him to spend it on what?
Shit, I don't know. Progressing the movement farther.
You have to give me an example.
Like he's just stashing it away for him and his bitch.
You don't know that for a fact, but you don't know that for a fact.
Well, I know that, but I'm just saying, bro. Compared to you, you seem to be the most righteous out of all the gematria that.
I appreciate that, but I don't think me worrying about his money is gonna do anything about it. If you feel like he's not.
I was just making a comment that his Patreon is off the charts, and he seems like a gatekeeper, bro.
I hear you, but that's not gonna help us. Worrying about how much money he makes.
It's not.
You know what's gonna work. You know what's gonna help us.
Testing won't either, and I don't know what the answer is.
Would you like for me to give you an idea? Actually, look. Let me show you something.
So many, bro.
Okay, look. So hopefully you're looking at the screen. So back last year when the Kansas City Chiefs won the Super Bowl, I went to Kansas City by myself. Right. I'm gonna show you a couple of seconds of that video because I wasn't able to produce a nice video. That's why I haven't uploaded it to my channel.
Am I supposed to be watching live?
No. Just hear me out. You can watch the video at a later time. When I went out there by myself because when I made a video announcement asking people to help me and to pound the pavement with me, nobody wanted to do it. Nobody wanted to.
Of course not.
Okay, I live in New York City. Do you know how long the drive from New York City is to Kansas City?
I do.
It's almost 20. It's 20 hours. Right.
I know that.
I went out there because I was really passionate about this. I really believed in the movement. Now I can't do it by myself. But if everybody does that, then probably we'll make a difference. Now let me show you.
But that's where I'm skeptical, bro.
So look. Hopefully you're watching the screen, right? So just 1 second. 1 second.
I'm not. I got you paused.
Okay, but just 1 second. You'll watch it later. Just hold on. So I'm playing the video now. You can't see it. You'll probably see it a little bit later. So these are all the fans in Kansas City, right? Now. Yeah. This is during the parade, right after they won the Super Bowl, right? So let's see.
Right.
The videos that I got, they're not really that good. Look, let me see.
Just got here to Kansas City.
Right.
About to start waking some people up. As you guys can see, I'm by myself. Nobody here with me.
Buy your Dolo. No security, no nothing.
That's my job. Look at the fans. The fans are here. Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, so I wish I could put these videos out, but they're not the best. It's only like clips because I had nobody to help me with the camera. I had nobody to help me at all.
No, dude.
But I still went out there and I still.
An excellent job by yourself.
I appreciate that.
You're doing an excellent job.
But that's what I mean. So I'm not just making videos. I've done more than that. I went to Kansas City. I went to Philadelphia. I went to Central Park.
Absolutely.
I have a video on my channel when I went to Central Park with a friend named Johnny Stash. He's a friend of the community. He was in Central Park for a couple of hours. So I've done my part. I mean, if people don't want to do their part, I'm not worrying about how much Zach makes of what he's spending his money on.
And I'm not worried about his pockets either.
Just forget about it. Whatever he makes, he can make some $1 million. Whatever he wants to spend his money on his girlfriend, let him do it. Worry about what you're doing.
Hey. I'm not tripping over it.
So just what I would like to hear from you. What I would like to hear from you is, Arthur, when is the next time you're heading out? I would like to go out with you. That's what I want to hear from you. I don't want to hear how much Zach is making on Patreon. I don't care about that.
Time and date, and I will fly from where I'm at, which is a Jesuit stronghold. I'm in Peru right now, locked down. Currently, bro, I had to leave the country because I was being harassed out of the fucking country by the mob. Organized crime. You understand that, right?
Yeah.
You know what part of the area you live in.
Yes.
Who the fuck runs New Jersey, New York, La Costa Nostra, Omerte?
I got you. So
or Meta, or whatever the fuck they say.
I got you. So that's what we all need to do. We need to unite. We need to stop worrying about other people.
I had to dip out.
All right. So whenever you're able to fly out, let me know.
I was being stalked.
Listen to me.
I was being fucking harassed. I had to dip
out, listen to me. Whenever you're ready to pound the pavement with me, reach out to me and we'll get something done. All right. So I'm gonna let another caller in. I appreciate you. You can always reach out to me. This is my phone number, and we're gonna get stuff done. But we can't be worrying about other people. That's not gonna help us. All right.
I'm not worried about other people. I wanted to make another comment though.
Go ahead, get your last word in because I want to get some other people in.
The sports shit, I'm not really with it. I've never been. My dad forced me to play high school football when I was a fucking kid, and I hated the shit. You know what I'm saying? And I've always had a dislike towards sports,
kind of, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Exercise is a different story, but sports, I like the ritual murderer shit you got going on.
The sports is important because a lot of the attention is a lot of the attention span of the masses. It's on the sports, so that's why I do it. A lot of people find the work because of the sports.
How can they watch that shit? I knew that shit was fake when I was 6
You do, but there's millions of people who don't. Right?
And it's baffling to me, and I don't understand it.
Okay, well.
Hey, I'm gonna hit your email though, but
absolutely,
thanks for taking my call.
Absolutely, you have a great night. That was a great call. He's right, but he represents what a lot of people in this community are doing. They're worrying about, Zach is making $50,000 on Patreon. Zach, he has this. What is that gonna do? Nothing. Who cares how much money he's making? He deserves it. The only reason all of us exist is because he put the knowledge out there. He should be rich. Shout out to him. But if you guys want to make a difference, let's stop worrying about him. Let's make a difference ourselves. What's going on? Hey, man. Nice. Thank you for the call.
No problem, man. I was just saying, man, keep doing the work, man. And you said something that stuck with me. You said you want to expand the community. So if I start doing these decodes on air, I'm gonna start fucking with you, man.
Absolutely.
Patreon last month, but I usually do my decodes in secret. But I think I might start doing my decodes because before I was just giving out picks, but I think I'll just start doing my decodes with you. Just start, creating. Since I've learned this shit, I don't even watch the games no more. I just make the picks and go about my business. I'm able to, spend more time with my family. Do more things, get more shit done, make more money, not have to work as much. And I want that for other people too, for them to see. And then when you have that time and you start seeing what matters and all that, it's not about sports at that point. Yeah, you're paying attention to the scores, but you're not paying attention to the actual games. And if you do, it's a joke. You'll watch it with your family as a joke. You'll see, like the other day, I was watching it with my wife. And
yeah, that's what it is to me. Like the All-Star game, I was really laughing every time these players would pull up from half court and make it all net. It's just funny to me. A lot of people are like, "Oh my goodness, wow!" But me, I'm laughing and smirking because I know what a fakery it is.
It looks like.
Yeah.
You see. We saw the magnet. We saw the freaking ball. The free throw shooter was shit. They needed like 3 points. The free throw shooter was shit. He missed both free throws. The first one he just missed. And the second one, the ball looked like it was heavy as a freaking cinder block coming through that damn net, man. That shit bounced like a freaking rock. It didn't bounce like a basketball. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And even my 15-year-old now, we watched the Super Bowl with my dad and the national anthem. I'm like, look at Tom Brady. Look at him. He looks like he's about to laugh. They pan the camera off Tom Brady, and if you watch the replay, they don't even show Tom Brady during the national anthem. All they show is Mahomes looking at the ground, and that's what you see. I could have turned it off then, and I said to my dad, "Hey, there's a nice crack documentary on Netflix we could watch. We don't have to watch it." But he watched it, and he watched Mahomes do all that damage during the season and couldn't score a touchdown in the Super Bowl. What a coincidence, That's what they think it is. But, yeah, man, I think I will start doing the decodes on or whatever. I sent you a super chat. That's my channel. That's the channel I'm going to decode on.
Gotcha.
And, yeah. Let's do this shit, man. We got our own agenda. Shit.
I got you. So M Stacks 85?
Yes, sir.
So yeah, so once you start, just let me know and I'll definitely promote your channel. You know?
Okay.
Definitely walk you through it and show you how to be more effective at it. So Yeah, that's what it takes, man. More people should be
I have
making.
trouble with like live events, linking live events.
Don't worry, I'll help you out. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
All right, thanks a lot, brother.
All right, Arthur. Cool. Let's take this journey, man. I'm excited.
All right, brother. Thank you for the super chat as well.
Oh, man, it's nothing, man. We about to get it. Man.
All right, brother.
All right.
All right, so caller from Ohio. I'm gonna call you back, and I think this will be the last call. Okay, it's not. So yeah, so I guess okay, this will be my last call. Yes, hello.
Wait, is this you?
Yes.
Am I on? What's up? I'm 16. I've been studying geometry for like 2 years.
Okay. Wow, you was 14 when you started. Huh.
I have an IG account with 700 followers.
Okay.
Right. So I do a lot of work. You know what I mean?
Nice. What's your IG account?
Break the Matrix Gematria. It's just that. I'll spam it right now.
Break the Matrix Gematria?
Yeah. Yeah, but I wanted to call in and ask your thoughts on. I wanted to give some Super Bowl 56 notes because I've done like 12 hours of decodes. You know what I'm about to make like $500,000 off futures. Crazy, right? And these people are just gonna neglect the work. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna make $500,000 off futures, but that's not what I want to call. I want to ask your thoughts on the MLB, the World Series. Who do you think's winning? I have no idea.
What the World Series? Well, I only talk about stuff like that on Patreon. I don't really talk about that on.
All right, I'll sign. But I got some notes right here to help the people out. So
go ahead, do your thing.
All right, so Mike McCarthy will finish the regular season with 33 games with the Cowboys. Obviously, Cowboys masonry equals 33. Super Bowl 56 is 199 days after Ezekiel Elliott's birthday. Obviously, with the Jupiter ritual, Jupiter 99. Right, and that's also the 43rd prime number. Dallas Cowboys equals 43. Kansas equals 43 with 30 date numerology. Cowboys equal 30. Texas equals 30. 142 days after Mahomes' birthday. Dak Prescott equals 42. Super Bowl 46 equals 42. AT&T Stadium equals 142. Dak Prescott will be 342 months old, or 250,000, 56 hours. Right, and his last season, Dak threw obviously like 1,856 yards or something, right? This is a sixth season. The Cowboys with their sixth championship. They just had a 6-10 record. AT&T Stadium will be 662 weeks of age, right? And 152 months. Patrick Mahomes equals 142. Super Bowl 50 equals 52. 177 days after Jerry Jones' birthday. We know how 7 relates to championships, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and the last Cowboys game was, I think it's 41 days after Stephen Jones' birthday. Super Bowl equals 41. Dallas equals 41. If you don't know, Stephen Jones is the, I believe, relative of Jerry Jones, the owner, right? And, it's just so scripted. What's it called? The right guard, Zach Martin, is 78 days after his birthday, and 229 days after Mike McCarthy's birthday. AT&T Stadium equals 29. Mike McCarthy equals 129. And, 225 days after number 25, Xavier Woods' birthday, the guy that said that, the Cowboys would win the Super Bowl, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or that's 7 months and 11 days, right? Dallas, Texas equals 71, by the way. And the Chiefs scored, obviously, 3-3 throughout the quarters, right? 3-3, signifying at them going to 3 straight, right? So, yeah, that's all I got to say pertaining to that. I want to thank you guys. I love the work you guys do, obviously.
And you do some great work. I'm on your social media right now. I like it. I like what you did with LeBron and the vaccine story that came out today.
If you guys want to join the Discord, we give out free picks. Last night we were 4-4 in the UFC. we got all that.
Nice.
We got the today obviously the dunk contest, and we're 60-10 in the NBA.
You got the dunk. You got the dunk contest correct?
Not the dunk contest. We didn't. I didn't do that one. I like to focus on the locks. I don't like making people lose any money. You know what I mean?
Well, there's no such thing as locks. The stuff. It's
yeah.
Certain. I mean, you can see. Can you say the Lakers this year's a lock? Probably, but
yeah. Lakers,
but they might surprise us. I mean.
Yeah.
But I think I don't like calling day-to-day games locks. That's a dangerous word,
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and gambling is a dangerous thing as well. A lot of people they get into a lot of problems. There was a person in the community who killed himself a couple of years ago.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah, I've only put like $200 into it, but with that $200 parlay, it put me around $500,000.
Well, you made 500,000.
No, I'm gonna. Well, I have my futures. If the Chiefs and Cowboys play, and the Nets and the Lakers play, and
well, I think you got the Nets and Lakers correct. The Chiefs maybe, Cowboys maybe, the 102nd NFL season.
I forgot what team I had in the NHL, but I believe it was the Canada team that Wayne Gretzky's on.
Nice. Okay.
So
well, hopefully you make that $500,000. That's a great thing.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna use that for good though. I'm not gonna spend it on those like low vibrational shit.
No, I mean you can just. Well, my goal has always been to get a studio, but you don't have to do the same thing. But do something that's gonna help raise more awareness. Something that.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, you don't have to do that, but I'm just saying that's what I would do if I had $500,000.
I for sure am.
All right, well, I appreciate you, and thank you for the work that you do.
All right, I'm going to let some other people on.
All right, thank you, man. Yeah, that was a great call, man. Shout out to him, man. He was 14 when he found the work. He got spreading the work. See, that's what I'm saying. He's helping out the community. He's only 16. Am I going to say that he's copying me or that he's emulating me? I'm never going to say that. Shout out to that guy. Hopefully he continues it. Hopefully he makes that $500,000 and you might be the next person to change the world, That's all it takes. But thanks, everybody, for joining us today. Man, I wasn't even planning to be on here an hour and a half. This person's been calling for a while, so last call right here. What's going on?
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. What's going on? Thank you for the call.
How you doing, man? My name's James. I'm calling from Ohio. As you know.
All right.
I just wanted to hit.
Yeah, tell me what's going on.
I just wanted to top it up with you about that 56. As far as the Brooklyn Nets and
yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. Shoot.
Man, that 56 is real, man.
Oh yeah, I'm locked in on it. I like it a lot. I like the 56 riddle with the Nets and Lakers. Yeah.
Because I noticed the first game that the Lakers and the Nets played on I think it was February 18th. It was Dr. Dre's birthday. He had turned 56. And I found it funny because, before when he was in the hospital and all of that, with the brain aneurysm, I noticed they was putting a lot of attention on him. And I'm like, okay, I'm thinking he's about to die. You know how it go with the sacrifice and all of that. And then I seen how Snoop and Eminem was beefing, and I noticed that Snoop and Eminem was both, their career started with Dr. Dre. So I noticed that. And I noticed that the Brooklyn Nets was playing the Lakers on his birthday, on his 56th birthday. Then I seen how what's his name, John Ecstasy, the famous rapper.
You said the Lakers and wait, say that again. The Nets and Lakers were playing on his 56th birthday.
Yep, on his 56th birthday on February 18th. Dr. Dre turned 56.
That's a great observation.
And then I don't know if you remember, but the John Ecstasy from Houdini, he was born in Brooklyn, New York, and he died at age 56.
Who? Say it again.
So, the legendary rap group Houdini.
Yes.
John Ecstasy, the guy who always wear the hat, he had passed away at age 56.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know if you.
No, I didn't cover that. No.
And another thing, I heard y'all talk about Jason Kidd. I didn't even realize. I knew he played for the New Jersey Nets, but I didn't even realize that his first coaching job was a Brooklyn Net. But I looked at how many games he had played for the New Jersey Nets, and he had played a total of 506 games.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
506 games for the Nets?
Yeah, he played a total of 506 games.
Yo, this stuff is really like, oh my gosh. It blows my mind. I've been doing it for like 3 years. This stuff still blows my mind.
Man, it get to the point where the numbers, it get crazy. Like I was looking, I just started.
Yes, he played 506 games for the Nets. Oh my God.
Ain't that crazy? And then if you notice, the White House, what's his name? Mike D'Antoni. You know, when he was coaching the Houston Rockets, when the Lakers beat him, they gave him a 56 loss as a coach, and then he goes straight to Brooklyn with James Harden.
This stuff it's crazy. It's crazy.
It is. And remember when they had the Dwight Howard, you know, when they won the championship, the Dwight Howard had got his 56 win. And then he ended up, you know what I'm saying, not resigning and going to the 76ers. So, and then I heard somebody talking about the number 47. Now, I was kind of concerned about that too, like LeBron going 4-7. But I noticed that if the Lakers win as a franchise, they'll have a total of 470 wins.
Nice. That's a nice observation. Yep.
Because they currently have 454. So if they win 16 more playoff games, that'd be 470. So that's a 47. They be hitting both numbers. They hit the 5 and 6 with LeBron going 5 and 6, and then they would do 47. They win 470 games. I'm assuming against Brooklyn.
Okay. Yeah, I'm looking at the stats. That game that you was talking about. LeBron had 32 points. Looks like Anthony Davis didn't play that game though.
Yeah, he didn't play. All about that.
Durant either.
Yep.
Yeah, this is interesting that this came on Dr. Dre's 56th birthday. Yeah, this is interesting.
Yeah, I had noticed that. I don't know. Someone just told me to look up his birthday, and I seen when his birthday was, and I noticed that they was playing on his birthday. I was like, wow, they ain't even trying to hide it.
Their next game is on April 10th. It's 89 days. King James is 89. The next game is 89 days before the start of the NBA Finals, and King James is 89.
Wow. That's
Yeah, so I appreciate you, caller. Thank you for the knowledge.
most definitely. Thank you for accepting my call.
All right, brother. You take care. Have a good night. All right, so it's 1:13 here in New York City. I think that's an appropriate time to end the video. Thanks, everybody. Thanks all the callers. And, yeah, I'll be back really, really soon. So if you guys have any questions, you could definitely leave a comment. I'll try my best to answer it. I'm not going to answer the trolls, though, so don't even waste your time. You guys enjoy the rest of your night, and I'll see you tomorrow.